My name is Erna Rosellen, geborene Dane. And my birthday is August 17, 1930. I was born in Germany. And my father's name is Fritz. My mother's name is Johanna. My brother is Horst. He's still living. My two sisters are dead, Charlotte and Edith. What shall I say now?
Your brother older? Older?
My brother's born 1928.
And what about your sisters? They were younger, older?
Younger than I am.
Oh, okay. You grew up where?
In Insterburg.
Okay.
Insterburg, Germany. I had a very good childhood.
Any memories from childhood?
Yes, we good. I went to school every day. My parents were good.
What did your dad do for a job?
My dad worked in the brewery to make milk.
Mm-hmm. What about your mom?
My mom never worked.
She stayed home with the kids?
Yes. And that's...
What was your first job after school? You didn't work in Germany?
That is not as a kid. In 1940 we left Germany, we flee from the Russian to Poland.
To Poland?
To Pommern. Storp, Pommern.
Oh, okay.
I was 14 years old. And then 1947 we came to Germany, to East Germany, in Großröhrsdorf. That's when I worked there. I worked in the hospital. Then I met Daddy. Rough.
You don't remember the year? Maybe Opa remembers.
Yeah, his memory is good. After 2 years I met Daddy in a dance hall. And after 3 months we got married.
Wow.
3 months. 4. Yeah, for 5 months, after 5 months.
Mm. Okay, so back to when you had to flee.
Yes.
What was the reason why you had to flee?
Well, the Russians came in.
The Russians were coming.
Yeah, then they got and from
it
the
was
city,
sudden?
from Stolp, out of the country. We walked there.
What did you bring with you? Nothing.
It was in a sled, only what we can carry.
Yeah.
And my cousin, we both were making candy, and then through the radio came. We had to flee. We went. My sister was 5 years old. And we stayed there for 3 days, and then we get back to the city. Then the Russians, they came and they raped my mom, they raped my sister.
Wow.
We had nothing to eat.
And what happened after that? Where was your dad when all this was happening?
In the war. My brother wasn't home, but they were in the war. Ask me a question.
And what happened after that? After the Russians came, where did you go?
We stayed in the city,
Okay.
an apartment. No, we went on a farm. One town the Russian had and one town the Poland had. So they separated us from my mother. We all had to work for a different family. I worked for a Polish family. He was a shoemaker. We could never see our mother.
Never again, or not while that was going on?
Yeah, only in the evenings when she was milking the cows, we could see her.
And how old were you? Like
14.
Wow. And what about your little sister that was 5?
She was by my mother.
Okay.
And my other sisters were all different people. We were all separated. And in 47, we could go out with the last train to Germany.
Now, all while you were doing this, how was your mother able to keep in contact with your father? How
No,
did he know
we
what
didn't
was
know
going?
where he was.
And he didn't know where you
No,
were.
I thought there was still. He was in prison camp in Russian, Siberia. That's when we found out when we came to Germany. To the Red Cross, we found him.
Oh.
And my brother too. It had a hard time.
Yeah. So then you took the train to Germany,
Yeah,
and what did you do from there? Where did you live?
in an apartment. They didn't want us there first, the Germans.
Why?
Didn't want any Flüchtlinge.
What does that mean?
It's refugee.
Okay. English, Oma. Even though you were German, they
Yes, but then we found a place. And then I started to work. First I worked by a family, I did garden work, and then for a year, and then I worked in a hospital. I like that.
Yeah. And what did your mom do?
My mom didn't work then.
So you pretty much worked to pay for the
Yes.
apartment, and
Yeah. No, I don't even know
Who paid
for
that?
the apartment. I didn't even think about it.
well, you had a roof over your
And
head. I guess that's all that
And
mattered.
We found my father. We looked in the Red Cross. So we can find my father. He came from Siberia. He weighed 89 pounds. He had nothing to eat. He came with nothing to eat.
How did he get out?
They let him out. And they had nothing to eat. They ate the dogs. And oh, Tony, you have no idea. You have no idea. And my mom said, don't cook this dogs in my pot. Go someplace else. So all the guys get together and then they. It was hard time.
So your dad came back,
Yeah,
and then what?
he found a job.
Okay.
I don't even know what he did. Then we moved. We moved up in the farm by in a farmhouse. But what else do I want to know?
So
So much to tell.
is that it? So that how long were you at the farmhouse for? Years or not that long?
No, for only till we found another place to live. Better place. We found a nice place then to live.
In country or city?
In the country. In a little town, Großhörsdorf.
Okay.
And then we found, my brother was in English prison
Oh,
in West Germany, my brother. We found him,
through the Red Cross too.
yes.
How long was he there?
Right after the war. He was in English prison camp, ne? Yeah, in 47 we came to Germany, to Großhörsdorf. We lived.
So by then you were 17, right?
Yes, we lived under there was Polish Russian. That's why we had to work day and night. At night we had to work. On Sunday the Russian came, got us out, and we had to work on the fields. It was bad. There was nothing to eat. The house was all bombed, and for my age, I was here always small. I went down in the basements in the butcher store and got the meat out. So we had something to eat, and then there's food stores too. They're all bombed over, you know. It was hard life,
Yeah, you saw a lot of things.
And then in 1950, I went to West Germany with
Now, by yourself?
my girlfriend.
You and your girlfriend?
Yeah. We went to see my brother. We stayed by them.
Oh, so your brother was in West
Yes,
Germany?
was in West
Oh,
Germany.
that's right.
That's where I met Daddy.
You met Opa in West Germany.
Opa in West
So you went there
In
for a
19
vacation, or you went there knowing you
We
weren't
went
coming
to
back?
I took off from work. I told him I visit my aunt. I didn't tell him, otherwise he would put me in jail and let me out. So we told him at work we go visit my aunt. And we went over the border. They took us black, how can I say it? We paid the guards off.
Oh, okay.
They took us over the border, to the water, to the woods, and
Wow.
And then we have to go lager first.
What's that?
Was is a lager? In the camp.
Okay.
So then we just stay there. And then I met Daddy.
So you went there knowing you weren't coming back?
Yes.
Okay. And did your parents know you weren't coming back?
Yes.
Okay.
But my mom, she cried behind the windows. She wouldn't say goodbye,
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
It's
But she knew that was better for you,
yes.
better
Then my
life.
brother came and visited us from West Germany to East Germany, and he told us how good this is over there. So we wanted to go over there. But I was still young. That's why I wanted to go there.
So you left behind your mom, your dad, and your little sister?
My
And
two
your old-
sisters. My two sisters, yeah.
And what did you do when she came over there? Did you find a job, or how did you?
Yeah, we got it. We found it. What did I do? Housework.
Okay.
Yeah, housework I did. Then I met Daddy on Dance Hall in 1950. Then we married 5 months. Then we had 4 children.
You're going too fast. Hold on. Okay.
My name is Rolf Rosellen. I was born on December 6, 1928 in Celle, Germany. We were living at that time in Engensen, Germany. From there we moved to Isernhagen,
Well,
then to Großburg-Wedel. And when I was about 5 years old, we moved to Wettmer. And in 1935, I started school, first grade. And I made my 8 years, like it is normal in Germany. But in 8 years, we get 8 years to school, but in 8 years we put in the same time as the kids over here in the States in 12 years.
oh wow.
I graduated in 1943 and started.
Didn't graduate.
I started as an apprentice to learn become an electrician. And in 1946, I finished my apprenticeship and became a full-fledged electrician. Now, in the meantime, I started playing soccer from 1938 to 1949. In 49, I switched to boxing.
He remembers dates so well.
He knows good, he's good.
And in 1939,
He didn't put your parents' name down.
I became a member of the Hitler Youth, which was mandatory,
How old were you?
10 years old.
I was soon bit in.
Can you look?
On April 20th, 1939, I was inducted. And that was, like I said before, it was mandatory. Everybody my age had to go in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually more than the Boy Scouts over here. The only thing is, the Boy Scouts you go in if you want to. In the Hitler Youth you had to go in.
And what were some of the things you did in Hitler Youth?
We did the same thing what the Boy Scouts do over here.
Learning skills.
Like we worked, we learned discipline,
Had old people.
we had a uniform, we marched, singing songs.
Was it something you did all the time, or was it a set
That was
random?
usually one day
Oh, you
during the
probably-
week, but not all day, for a few hours. So. Then in 1948, I went to Dalum, Emsland, and I worked in the oil fields as an electrician. And in 1950, I met my future wife.
Okay, before we get into that, rewind and do your parents' names, because I don't think I...
Okay, my parents' name. My father was Friedrich Rosellen. He was born on February 8th, 1902. He was in the Navy in World War I, and he was in the Navy in World War II, and he became a Russian prisoner and came back in 1948. My mother, Auguste Rosell, born Gewicke. She was born 1904 in Hanover, Germany. And I had, let me see now, 1, 2, 3 brothers and 1 sister. The youngest brother, he got killed in a motorcycle accident when he was 19. And that is about it there.
Okay. So, 1950, where did you guys meet?
On a dance hall.
At a dance hall, huh?
Yes.
Dance floor, it was not a dance hall.
Dance
Oh,
hall.
dance floor.
Yes.
We met in
Like the club?
Yes.
1950, yeah.
Yeah, 1950. In October. Was it October? Wasn't fall.
No, it was, you got just over here, you came over in August.
Yeah.
To your birthday. Then in September we met.
Okay.
So after you met, you just started dating for a little while?
Yeah,
What town was this in?
what town?
Where did you guys live then?
Yeah, in Darnum.
We lived in Dahlem. She got a job in Lingen, working for a family there. And I worked in the oil fields. And in March 16th, 1951, we got married. Dieter was born in October. Yeah.
I'm doing the math here. That's 7 months later.
So, and Rainer was born in April 53.
And where were they born, in the same
They
city?
were born at home in Dahlem.
Yeah.
At
At the
home.
midwife.
Oh yeah, there was
No drugs, huh, Oma?
no hospital or anything. No,
Yeah.
it was
I
a
didn't want to
midwife
go
there.
again.
Then in 1956, we immigrated to the United States.
For what reason?
I was sick and tired of Germany
Okay.
Yeah.
because they had 2 classes there. The people that went to work with a white shirt and the ones that went to work with a blue shirt.
Mm-hmm.
The ones with a white shirt, they always thought they was something better. And that's why I had it up to here.
Mm-hmm.
So then we arrived in New York City on November 28th, 1956.
Yeah.
You and 2 kids, and
That's
We-
right.
a lot of luggage, or no?
2
Yeah,
suitcases, $500, and didn't speak a word of English.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scary.
The church was very good to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
So
church people.
then the first week we stayed by a family
He was the
in
mayor.
Rutherford, New Jersey.
He was the mayor at the time.
Not at that time.
No?
No, he was before. He had been the mayor at the time. And as I said, we arrived in Rutherford on a Friday, and the following Monday I started a job in a heating business. After a year, I brought my brother, Walter, over here with his family he got a job at the same company. I gave him my apartment because I had a car by then, and I moved to East Rutherford, New Jersey. In 1960, we bought a house in Carlstadt, brand new house. And while we were in East Rutherford, our daughter Karen was born. And then she was born in 1959, September 1st. In January 14th, 66, Ralph was born.
In the same town?
Both were born in Passaic.
Hospital.
Karen,
You had to do it that way, huh?
Karen in Beth Israel Hospital and Ralph in Passaic General.
And all along self-teaching yourself English?
Oh, as soon as we got over here in 56, I went to night school 3 times a week to learn English.
I didn't go.
You just,
I
whatever
learned from the
Opa taught you.
boys when they went to school.
In
School I didn't.
66, we moved to Sparta, New Jersey. And my brother and I, we started our own heating business there. But we didn't get along after a while because he wanted to be the boss and I was the jackass, more or less. So I quit and I went back to my old company. In 1984, we moved to
Florida.
Lehigh Acres, Florida. We lived on 1330 Allendale Circle. And I get a job as a maintenance man for a real estate company. And for 3 years I took care of 3 model homes.
And I worked in the factory. Now for first time food.
That was in New Jersey, worked at a wood beer stand.
No, he's better than me.
It was in New Jersey.
But I worked here.
When we came to Florida, you worked in a nursing home.
Oh yeah, I worked in nursing home.
Oh, yeah. You did that in New Jersey too,
Yes,
Andover, right?
I worked 10 years in
That's
nursing
right, yeah.
home.
She worked in New Jersey, she worked in a nursing home
And then
as a supervisor.
department head.
And then when here in Florida, you worked in a nursing home.
Oh, yeah, then
And after a few years, then you worked in a hospital. And then you worked for
window place.
you worked for a packing
Packing.
company, packing oranges
yeah,
and grapefruit.
Opa knows more than me.
And you went to work every day.
That's normal.
And then
After 3 years for me, when they sold, the real estate people sold that area, and I worked
it was right around the corner.
I worked for a window place
Yeah.
till I retired. In
I retired in 1960.
60, we retired.
Yeah.
And lived happily ever after.
So how many times have you been back to Germany?
Oh,
I went back 1970 first time.
yeah. And then we went back
Yes.
in 1974.
Yeah.
And I think in 78 we went again.
Then,
Just to visit family?
Then we went once with Dieter and
yeah.
Carney,
Oh yeah, they went with us.
and we went with Walter and Erna too.
Yeah.
Then I went to my father's 80th birthday and I went to his 85th birthday.
Yeah, this was nice.
I remember the 85th.
Yeah.
And when did he pass away?
87.
When he was 87,
Yeah.
he died. And that was in 89 because he was born in 02.
And what about your mother? Did she die?
My mother, she died at 67.
67, yeah.
My
Cancer.
father was 87 when he died.
And what about your sister? She's still...
Still living.
My sister was born in 31. She's still alive in Germany. I have one brother. He was born in 36.
Here, right?
Yeah,
Look
well,
along.
No.
Oh, there's one there too.
In Germany, he was born in 36. The brother over here was born in 25. He was older
He's
than
the
I am.
oldest.
Yeah, and that one is still living there too. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that is about it. Now I play tennis. I used to play soccer here when I came over to Florida.
And you got a nice scar on your knee.
Oh yeah, I had a few operations. I got them all over. I got one on the head here. I got one over there. I got one around here. That's comes with time.
Part of getting old.
That's part of getting old. Yeah,
Mhm.
being clumsy. So that's a
hospital.
So you went to 6th grade.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I made it. All the jobs I had here, no?
Yeah, you just get by, right?
Yeah. Depends on yourself, no?
Yep.
If you want to sit and I came here. I had a popular club and the neighbors all bought for me the things, and then I bought for the house and stuff. Yeah. I took iron for people. Did house cleaning with the boys. Sure, I worked.
Oh yeah, working in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Beside my regular job, I was a sexton in a Rutherford Congregational Church. So we were tied down there, but that money, that was the down payment for our first house.
The boys had to help on
Yeah, and
Sunday.
weekends, the whole family went to
Yeah.
from top to bottom.
Yeah.
We went. It was a big church.
And then in the summertime we had to do the floors and all. Yeah, but on the money we saved all. We bought a house. After how many years were here?
We were 4 years
4
when
years,
we bought
ne?
a house.
4 years in
Well,
this
no.
country already. Look, we had our first house.
That's great.
They said, how come you get a house already? You live here on a short time. So yeah, work like us do. We worked. I took iron in, I watched kids, neighbors' kids. Yeah, I worked. Look what you do. You do the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 4 kids, 10 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren.
And it just keeps growing and growing.
Grown, yeah. Look, Stephanie not married, Kenny not married.
Kevin,
And-
Taylor,
and-
Chase,
Die Chase and your brother
Matt.
never get married.
Yeah, we got more Rosellen here than we got in Germany.
Wow.
Over there, our family is starving still.
Yeah.
Did they just not keep reproducing? Is that what happened? They didn't
They
have
can't-
get married and
my-
have kids?
My sister didn't have any children. My brother had a boy and a girl. The boy can't have any children for some reason.
See?
Is he married?
Yeah.
No,
He
no.
was
He
married.
was married, but not anymore. He got divorced. And his sister, okay, she had a boy, but it's not a Rosellen. No?
Mm-hmm.
So that's,
Dus we zijn all over here.
they're the last ones there. Didn't we?
Look, we came over here.
And your dad didn't have any brothers?
No, he was the only child. My mother had 3 brothers and 1
was the only
sister.
child?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
His mother died when he was 12 years old.
Oh,
But my mother had 3 brothers and
Yeah,
1
but
sister.
they wouldn't be Rosellans, right?
And they're all gone.
Mm.
She was the youngest and she was born in 1904. So the sister was born in 1902 and the brothers were born in 18 something. I don't know. They were all in World War One. And that's about it.